What do you truly desire? This question, seemingly simple, often sends ripples of uncertainty through our minds. We crave fulfillment, happiness, and a sense of purpose. But the path to these elusive states often feels shrouded in societal expectations and the relentless pursuit of pleasure. From a young age, we're taught to chase success, often measured by material possessions and social standing. We're encouraged to climb ladders, strive for bigger and better things, and find our place in the grand scheme of societal progress. But what if this relentless pursuit of more is actually leading us further away from true contentment? Imagine a life where the measure of success isn't defined by the size of your bank account or the prestige of your job title. Instead, it's about the quality of your relationships, the depth of your experiences, and the peace you find within yourself. We often overlook the simple joys in life, the moments of genuine connection, and the beauty of the present moment. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in the race for more. More money, more recognition, more possessions. But what if we paused for a moment and asked ourselves, is this truly what I desire? The answer might surprise you. It might not be about acquiring more, but about appreciating what you already have. Think back to your childhood when happiness was found in the simplest of things. A game with friends, a story before bed, a hug from a loved one. These moments were pure and untainted by the pressures of society. As we grow older, we often lose sight of these simple pleasures, replacing them with the pursuit of material success. The corporate world teaches us to constantly strive for the next promotion, the next big deal, the next milestone. But in this endless chase, we often forget to enjoy the journey. We forget to take a moment to breathe, to reflect, and to appreciate the present. So, what do you truly desire? Is it the accolades and the applause, or is it the quiet moments of contentment? Is it the rush of achieving a goal, or the peace of knowing you are enough just as you are? The answer lies within you, waiting to be discovered. Take a moment, pause, and listen to your heart. You might find that true desire is not about having more, but about being more present, more connected, and more at peace with yourself. Philosopher Alan Watts eloquently addressed this dilemma, particularly regarding the choices young people face when considering their future careers. He observed that students often feel torn between pursuing their passions and meeting societal expectations of stability and financial security. This conflict often manifests in the age-old struggle between practicality and passion. Do you follow your heart, even if it leads you down a path less traveled, or do you choose the safer route, the one that promises a steady income and societal approval? The archetype of the starving artist perfectly encapsulates this tension. Society romanticizes creative pursuits, yet simultaneously undervalues them, leaving many artists struggling to make ends meet. This societal script often pushes individuals towards more practical professions, even if those careers fail to ignite a spark of genuine passion. This pressure to conform to societal norms often leads to a sense of disconnect between our true desires and the lives we end up living. We may find ourselves stuck in jobs that feel soulless, yearning for something more fulfilling, but unsure of how to break free from the expectations that bind us. The cycle of justification and its discontents. To cope with this internal dissonance, we often engage in elaborate justifications for our choices. We tell ourselves stories to make sense of the decisions we've made, to align our actions with our values, even when they don't quite match up. These justifications become a comforting narrative, a way to soothe the cognitive dissonance that arises when our reality doesn't meet our expectations. We convince ourselves that our jobs, while perhaps not our dream careers, are necessary to pay the bills and maintain a certain lifestyle. We rationalize the long hours and the stress, telling ourselves that it's all for a greater good, for the security and stability that our families need. We become adept at finding reasons to stay in situations that may not be ideal, but seem unavoidable. We tell ourselves that we'll pursue our passions someday when the time is right. We create a mental list of dreams deferred, promising that we'll get to them eventually. But as the years go by, that someday often remains elusive, a distant horizon that never quite comes into focus. We cling to the hope that there will be a perfect moment to chase our true desires, even as we remain entrenched in our current routines. This cycle of justification, however, often masks a deeper fear, the fear of failure, of judgment, and of straying from the well-trodden path. We worry about what others will think if we take a risk and it doesn't pay off. We fear the unknown, the possibility of making a mistake that could lead to regret. These fears keep us anchored to the familiar, even when it no longer serves us. We become prisoners of our own making, trapped in a system that prioritizes productivity and material gain over personal fulfillment and inner peace. The societal pressures to succeed, to achieve, to constantly be moving forward can feel overwhelming. We lose sight of what truly matters to us, buried under the weight of expectations and obligations. Breaking free from this cycle requires courage, self-reflection, and a willingness to embrace uncertainty. It means redefining success on our own terms and daring to pursue a life that aligns with our deepest values and aspirations. The illusion of control and the pursuit of progress. This societal conditioning extends beyond career choices, seeping into our desire for control and our relentless pursuit of technological advancement. We invest in gadgets and technologies that promise to make our lives easier, more efficient, and more enjoyable. Yet, despite these advancements, true contentment often remains elusive. We find ourselves constantly chasing the next upgrade, the next innovation, believing that these external advancements will somehow fill the void within. But what if true satisfaction lies not in accumulating more, but in appreciating the present moment and finding joy in the simple things? Questioning our desires, a path to inner peace. In our fast-paced world, we often find ourselves caught in a relentless pursuit of more success, more possessions, more recognition. This constant striving can leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled, as if we are chasing a mirage that always remains just out of reach. The key to breaking free from this cycle of desire and dissatisfaction lies in questioning our deeply ingrained beliefs about success, happiness, and the meaning of a fulfilling life. We must take a step back and examine the narratives we have been told and the ones we tell ourselves. Are these stories serving us, or are they leading us down a path of perpetual longing? Instead of blindly accepting societal expectations, we must dare to ask ourselves, what truly brings me joy? This question is not always easy to answer, as it requires us to look beyond the surface and delve into the depths of our own hearts and minds. It calls for a level of honesty and vulnerability that can be uncomfortable, but it is essential for our growth and well-being. What are my values, and am I living in alignment with them? Our values are the guiding principles that shape our actions and decisions. When we live in accordance with our values, we experience a sense of harmony and purpose. However, when there is a disconnect between our values and our actions, we may feel a sense of inner conflict and dissatisfaction. This process of self-reflection can be both challenging and liberating. It requires us to confront our fears, challenge our assumptions, and ultimately take responsibility for our own happiness. It is a journey of self-discovery that can lead to profound insights and a deeper understanding of who we are and what we truly want from life. It requires us to confront our fears, challenge our assumptions, and ultimately take responsibility for our own happiness. This means letting go of the need for external validation and learning to trust our own inner wisdom. It means embracing our imperfections and recognizing that we are enough, just as we are. It's not about rejecting ambition or striving for a life free from challenges. Ambition can be a powerful motivator, and challenges can help us grow and evolve. However, it is important to ensure that our ambitions are aligned with our values and that we are not sacrificing our well-being in the pursuit of external success. It's about aligning our actions with our values and finding contentment in the present moment, regardless of external circumstances. True inner peace comes from within, and it is cultivated through mindfulness, gratitude, and self-compassion. By embracing these practices, we can create a life that is rich in meaning and fulfillment, and we can experience a deep sense of peace and joy that transcends the ups and downs of everyday life.